Hey you guys! Wow, it's been a while since I have gotten to make an update video for you. A lot happened. I think I left you and I was getting my books for my second trimester at Midwives College of Utah. So I finished my first trimester and I got everything for my second trimester, and then things got crazy. So I was in school, I was taking 4 classes. I was working part-time teaching swim lessons, and then coronavirus hit. I remember doing a video talking about coronavirus, and so things just got really stressful in the world. And then I found out, I had told you guys that I wasn't going to be able to have a preceptorship with my local midwife, so I needed to find one. So we moved to Idaho. So I was on the west coast of Washington, and we moved all the way over here to Idaho. It's about 20 minutes from the border of Washington. So I'm in a placement now. I'm attending births and attending prenatals. I'm still in the observe phase, so I'm getting in my 10 observed births. And then after I complete my phase 1, I can jump into my phase 2 and start recording my numbers for prenatals and assists and all of those things. So last trimester, I had a lot of really great classes on equity, and we talked a lot about just social justice issues and racism and a lot of things like that. So MCU is very big on teaching about privilege, racism, and what we can do as a helping professional to help minorities, disadvantaged people, and how we can contribute to the health and welfare of everybody versus being a part of the problem. So we learned a lot about that. And then I also took public health. That was a really hard class for me. That was only a 2-credit class, I believe, but honestly, I spent most of my time on that one. We had a pretty big research paper that we did, and that took up all of my time. And then I also had a lactation class, and that one I really enjoyed. We made a lot of practice guidelines, which is pretty much where if a mom comes to you and she has mastitis, so you take mastitis and then you're going to talk about the signs and symptoms that would present so you can diagnose that, and then what you would be doing to treat that. So it's something that the medical professional reads versus the client. So I made a lot of client practice guidelines in that class. And then my last class was medical terminology. That class was harder, but I used Quizlet for that class. Quizlet really helped me because I was able to put in all of the terms I needed to know and go over it. I ended up buying it because it was only like, I think it's $20 for a year, and it was really, really, really helpful. So I learned a bunch of medical terms, and then we also learned how to chart in paper chart form and how to chart in an electronic charting system. And so that teacher was really amazing. She really made a topic that was could be really not fun, and she made it really enjoyable to be in her class. So all of those classes, we had live sessions that we attended, and then we also had discussion boards every week, and then we had assignments to do. So you're really spending a lot of time on schoolwork in these first classes, and so I'm really glad that I wasn't in a preceptorship then, because I don't know how I would have balanced it. I ended up getting behind, and I did have to take an extension in my medical term class because I just felt like in between moving really put me behind, because I was trying to find a new house and moving all of our stuff. You know, it's a 6-hour drive from where we came from, so it's a pretty good moving somewhere that we've only been to once. We only got to come out here once and visit. So I got behind. But then I was caught up within 2 weeks after the term. So at Midwives College of Utah, you can take a 6-week extension for any class, and that just gives you extra time to complete your coursework. but it does come with ramifications. If you're paying cash, you won't get that extra discount that you get if you hadn't have taken an extension. And if you're using financial aid, your financial aid will be postponed. So I did not receive any financial aid right before the term started, which is when I usually receive it. I actually still haven't received it, and I'm going into week 3 of my 3rd trimester. So I should be getting it before this month is over. But for budgeting, try not to take an extension if you don't have to. Like, really try to stay on top of it. And so this trimester, I am taking anatomy and physiology of obstetrics, and then I am taking midwives assistant, beginning midwives assistant. I'm starting my phase 1 practicum, which is where I'm documenting all of my observed births, and then I am also taking, what do I got? Midwives assistant, phase 1 practicum. Oh, I'm taking technical writing for midwives. So this is like my 2nd English class. And so far, I'm really, really, really enjoying this 3rd trimester. It feels like a breath of fresh air, just being able to start over fresh again. I learned some really good organization techniques in the middle of last trimester whenever I was behind. I figured out some techniques that I could do to help keep me on track so that that does not happen again. And I'll talk about those in another video. This is just kind of my update. And yeah, so I'm taking those classes. I've moved to a new state. I've started an apprenticeship with the preceptor, and yeah, things are still moving along. I'm actually having to make an e-portfolio for my English class, and so what you're gonna find there is it's pretty much like a website with all of my education on it, all of my papers, all of my journals, and all of those things. So I'm gonna link to that whenever I get that completed, and you guys can actually go and view all of the papers that I've had to write, and it will really give you a good idea of what the assignments at Midwives College of Utah are. And yeah, so I'll post that whenever I get to it, and I have a goal to try to post an update video every 2 weeks. Life gets really busy. I've got 3 kids, and I'm in my preceptorship, and I'm trying to keep up on my classes, but it's really important to me to be able to look back on these videos and also to share my experience with you guys, because I know whenever I was looking into going to midwifery school, I could only find people from like the UK, because midwifery is really big there. But it's important for me, for prospective midwives, to know what their options are in America. And this is a really, really, really great option. It's a really great school, and I love that it's a Title V school, so financial aid will pay for it. And yeah, so it's just really important to me that I keep you guys updated. So I'm really sorry that I kind of flaked on you guys and didn't keep updated last trimester, but bear with me. I'm gonna try to keep some updates coming your way. And yes, I hope you guys have a great, great, great end of September. And to everybody experiencing wildfires, I hope that you're staying safe. I know it's really, really smoky here, so it's really not good, but I'm sending my well wishes to you and good energy that your family and you are staying safe. And I will talk to you another day. All right, guys, bye.